So, what we're reviewing today, guys, is a small little game called BeamNG Drive. Now, what is BeamNG Drive, you may be asking? Well, essentially, BeamNG Drive is a game where you can drive around and crash into stuff. And look at that. It's now disabled. Anyway, I hit the 0 key if you were wondering. There's multiple different cars you can choose from. If you'd like to load. Now, I have a few mods installed, so keep that in mind. Usually won't do this unless you go and download some. So you take something like, we'll go with the Hirochi Prasu. This is a modded car, by the way. Look at the amount of variants you get. I mean, like stance, drift missile, tuner, all-wheel drive, rally, sport, pro drift, whatever. Basically, you get different trim models with different engines and stuff too. And then got stuff like this. Now, again, I have a mod installed that increases the amount of variants, so there is quite a bit. But this game is very easily moddable. There is a repository in the menu which allows you to mod the game very easily. So, unless only certain mods need to be downloaded from the website, which I will leave in the description. So, we'll choose the Awful, which is a stock BeamNG car, I believe. Really, I have kind of limited knowledge on the stock vehicles because I've used it in such a long time. And as you can tell, this thing is not a performance vehicle. I mean, listen to that. Thing sounds like a lawnmower. And I mean, just, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Amazing. Like, you got the carburetor sticking out. Got the exhaust. An i6. Now, let's see how she runs. And what a surprise, it sounds like a lawnmower. Now, as you can tell, I flipped the car over. Now, if you flip a car over, see, engine gets started with oil. Why is that significant? Well, not only does this game have actual very soft body physics, but it has realistic physics as well, which you can change to arcade, which I think this is on, but it's still realistic. So, say you plow into that cube over here. Radiator's broke, and I mean it should be. Look at the front of the car. Like, would you expect that thing to still work? Probably not. I mean, this thing is barely working anyway. You probably just found the junkyard and barely got it running. So, there's that. Then there's cars like the truck, Gavril D series. Again, a lot of variants. Usually won't have this many. There's like plenty of variants. I'm gonna get that D225 lifted. Now, you can do off-roading in this game. There's different brake types. I have a meter down here that shows torque and horsepower. And as you can tell, this thing is a very powerful truck. But is that powerful enough for something like this? I mean, it's still running fine, but as you can tell, the body panels are mashed. So, I'll show you a jump. So, this is a standard map, so there's a few jumps because it's a car game. If you don't have a few jumps, what the hell are you doing? Now, I'm not good at controlling this game. I will not lie to you. But look at that. Is that just not fun to do? Like, just beat the living shit out of a vehicle? Like, it's satisfying. It's so satisfying. Mash it. Now, there's not just cars in this game. There's planes too. Now, I suck at controlling them, but, you know, we'll do it anyway. French Air Force plane, sure. No, it might show me the controls at the top right. Yeah, so increase throttle T. Well, I hit a Q, but you know, I think you get the point on what a freaking airplane does, okay? Please don't hit the cube. It's hitting the cube again. This thing looks like a sausage when it breaks. Oh god, what happened to the front of it? Oh. The hell? That looks so weird. Anyway. There's also boats, but there's very little boat mods, or at least in the repository, there's very little boat mods. Now, say you got something like, I don't know, this minigun, like flanks thing. We'll spawn a new one. Now, there's many different kinds of mods in this game. So, we'll do toggle target T. If I knew how to do anything. I believe it's space, and this thing should be annihilated. So, I suck at aiming, again, but I think you get the point. This game is not just cars. You can fly planes, you can drive boats, and you can basically get military-grade weaponry and destroy the planet. Okay, so we're gonna remove this vehicle. We're gonna respawn you. And let's change this to something like, I don't know. You should do a cannon, an old cannon, another weapon. We'll spawn it now. Now, the cannon is single shot, so you have to reload the vehicle, but I don't know how much of a problem that would be for you. The cannon is pretty powerful, though, not to be underestimated. So you just come over here. I know this is like point blank, but realistically it's like a really heavy ass cannonball. It's gonna do damage no matter what, really. Boom. Completely annihilated. I don't know what the deal with the torque curve and stuff is down here though. Like it goes negative for some reason, I guess. I don't know. I don't think you're supposed to hit 10,000 RPMs with a cannon with wooden wheels and no engine. I mean, I just don't think that's possible. Anyway, though, we're going to respawn you. Instead of a plane this time, let's do we'll do a BX. A racer one. Because, honestly, why not? Tab to switch cars. 0 to get cannonball back. Boom. Yeah, does this look damaged to you? Because honestly, I think I could sell that to a used car lot and it would be fine. Like, do you think CarMax would take this? Probably. Anyway, enough with terrible jokes. So, I already showed you all the variants. There's also different maps, and there's different things you can do. You can actually customize stuff in the options to how you want it. Yeah, there's stuff like that you can mess with if you want. There's replays if you want to mess with these. I honestly never used these before. There's a track builder, which I haven't used that either, but I can pretty much assume that you build a track with it, and I don't think it's that big of that hard to do. Now, vehicle config is where you can mess with things. You don't like how your car has a 2-liter i4? Well, how about we put a 2.8-liter i6 in there? I'm pretty sure this is a modded engine, by the way. I don't think you'll see this normally. Listen to that baby purr. Now look. She's a fast one. Now, can this track builder go away? Didn't ask for this. Oh, that's main menu. Okay, track builder, go away. Thank you. So, your engine's powerful enough you can... Oh god, what happened there? So, if your engine's powerful enough, you can do a burnout. Lost all my PSI there, and boom, right into a small jump. So, yeah. There's also the mod menu here where you can access different mods, and as you can tell, there's a lot of different mods that you can download. Now, my personal, or at least one of my personal favorite mods may surprise you, but it's basically this mod. In fact, there's the 80 Regency Caprice Classic, and there's the Oldsmobile, yeah, this thing. You'll get Delta 88 for this one. So there's the 88 Custom Cruiser and the Caprice, I think. So why is this my favorite mod? Well, it's funny driving around something that's like the entire length of a football field, for one. Second of all, you get something that sounds like Fred Flintstone in his like car thing. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, you gotta hear this when it idles. Just wait for it. Listen to that. Literally sounds like I'm walking all over the ground. Like, it's either that or it's like someone slapping water, something along those lines. I mean, this thing's a rust bucket, and this mod, these body parts have a special thing where even if they get lightly damaged, they will fall off completely. Look, the door just flew off because I did a slight little jump. Normally, doesn't do that. Also, the hinges break off from the front. So, yeah, that's kind of not good, but, you know, jump time. And I successfully bent this thing into a banana because this engine is incredibly weak. So you want something more powerful than this? You come over here. You say, "Huh? You know what? Let's try the Convertible Resto Mod." Now you're like, huh, that doesn't sound nearly like someone slapping water as much. Still kind of does, but this thing's got a lot more horsepower. Like 400 of them. Looks like the convertible roof isn't that good quality, but you know. And I'll show you. Let's try to go around this loop-de-loop. It should do it with ease. It can, but I suck at driving, like I said. So, as you can tell, there's the different variants provide different experiences. You want a piece of garbage to thrash around? Do that. You want something nice and expensive to also thrash around? Do that too. Do whatever you like. And I mean, look at this. Just Tokyo drifting all over the place. Now, I bet you never expected an 8-foot long boat like this thing drifting around like that. Now, it won't be anymore because it just broke the hell out of it, but you know. think you see what I mean. There's also physics you can change. So, you can change different things around here, but I think you can change physics somewhere. I don't remember where, but I know you can. So, let's try something older, like this Gavril Gladiator, another modded vehicle. However, we're going to be doing the 1970 drag version. Now, any drag version in this game, big tires in the rear, bicycle tires in the front. And this thing, if you try to move at all in any direction other than forward, you're going to have a bad time. Especially when you're going full speed. I mean, this thing's barely controllable going forward. What makes you think you can actually drive this thing around? I mean, look. Just smash the drive shaft. I think clean off, honestly. Like, this thing is not to be messed with. It produces about 17 at PSI, but you're like, you know what? That's a weak car, Ultima. Why don't you show me something actually worthy of being a performance vehicle? Well, oh boy, do I got the thing for you. Spears Drag HD from this mod. Replace current. This thing, I'm not even going to spoil how much PSI this thing makes, but I'm going to tell you it's a lot. It is a lot. Like, enough to power a mission to the moon, basically. I mean, I literally hit the fucking up arrow key for 1 second and burst the rear tires. Like, look at the torque when the engine turns on. 3,000. 1,000 torque at idle. If I try to even tap the thing and turn right, either the engine will stall or the entire rear will explode. That's how you have to turn slightly. And then when you go fast, it crashes first, of course, naturally. And then it's uncontrollable as hell because it's insanely powerful. Look at the horsepower and torque. And now I'm in a meatball. But as you can tell, there's a bunch of different mods that some might be your style more than others. You can set your default car if you don't want it to be the D series, but honestly, I'm fine with it being the D series and just changing it, so. Low default, you can clone your current car, you can move your current car, you can remove other cars. As an example, that cannon is now gone. So, yes, there's buses too. There's utility trucks you can download. There's trucks you can download in general. There's trailers you can hook onto them. There's road obstacles. There's like boards and stuff. Wheel rollers, weight pads. You can crash a piano or drop a piano on a car. Oh, look, I'll show you. You can drop a new piano on a car. So you spawn in the piano. You hit Shift C to go in the free camera. You hit, let's say, F7. Watch this. I don't think that car is really going to be fitting anything in the back anymore. Like, Cletus isn't going to get his Walmart groceries very easily now. Okay, maybe you will, because honestly, if you would probably get home in 5 seconds, so. I mean, the fact that this thing has enough power to power the entire continental United States just by turning it on is kind of ridiculous. Look at the PSI. For those of you who aren't as car savvy, if you hit 283 PSI in real life, your engine would probably turn into a nuclear bomb. So, it's not recommended you do that. It really isn't. But anyway, I will show you that there's other maps you can choose from. So, this is the repository. This is where you access mods, news, options, help, credits, stuff you want. You hit that to exit. Currently, by the way, this is an alpha version 0.19.4.2. So, for those of you wondering, if something's outdated, that's just the version right now. So, there's different things you can do. Campaigns, scenarios, free roam, and time trials. Bus routes, light runner, and track builder, whatever. They haven't made the career yet. I always just go free roam, but if you want to do scenarios or something, then go right ahead. Oops. So I've really messed with the other modes that much, but when you go to repository, this is where you access the mods you currently have. This is where you get the mods, and I think you get different things over here. So like, oh wait, no. This is the automation section, which is a game with which is compatible with BeamNG, where you can actually port cars that you made in another game into this game. It's actually really cool. So that's that. And that will be it for this video. As always, guys, if you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you didn't, you can leave a dislike. And if you liked it, you can leave a like. Thank you for watching.